You're really irritated.
I'm irritated with everybody. I'm just tired.
You should even learn about the appropriate.
Here, y'all go.
I read your article today. But I didn't look at the.
It was supposed to be, like, what's she on a fish fillet?
Punishment.
What did she order? Chick-fil-A, they edited it. They super edited it.
Wait, what?
My article, like, one part was supposed to be like, what's she on a Chick-fil-A? And what did she order? Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, someone else can speak.
Well, we had the 140, the 150. And then
Just scheduled someone for 2:30, like exactly. So that's fine. It'll take like 5 minutes. We just make sure that erase this or whatever.
Okay.
Sorry, Gabby. We can take time. Everything cool.
Just leave it to 30.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have a test at 3. So.
Let's just go.
So essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to have the Vice President act as the President of the Senate lead meetings. Then that would also get rid of the parliamentary position. And I'm going to have someone that's one elected into kind of like, I don't know, I just kind of don't really like the idea of a parliamentarian. You know, just, I don't know what this issue is. So that was the general thing we're going to do. So what we're going to do is allow the president to address ASR at the beginning and ending of an issue, but he can't interject in between. So it would be like I say something, the president says something, Kimmy says something, the president says something. Yeah, so then that's essentially what we're doing. And we're also thinking for the election, removing the at-large position and having senators elected by class. So there'd be 5 senators per class, and we'd expand the Senate from 18 to 20, which makes sense because 18 is a weird number. And I think senators should represent their
What if not
classes.
enough students run? That's the main issue.
Yeah, that's an issue.
Right now, that's the issue.
That's true. I mean, I really, like, every semester I've been on ASR, which frankly has only been 4, we've had to call special, like, meetings and, like, nominate people to join ASR, and I really don't like that because it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and they're not elected. So I think we need to, if that's like a valid point, like how we solve the problem.
Yeah.
So like I'm open to suggestions or anything. I just don't like filling it by special like committee.
Because then also whenever we have those, I feel like it puts them in a bad position when the question's always asked, well, why didn't you apply before, or why did you run for it? You know, because they may be qualified and I don't know. It's just like a different situation. I don't like. Yeah, it's a good question, kind of, but also it's. I don't know. I feel like it's very uncomfortable and it doesn't like show how they like represent the student body just because they didn't run.
Exactly. My thoughts about that, the thing about it would just be like we tally total number of votes for everybody, and then say there are like 3 like seniors that run or like 4 juniors. Will those 3 spots go to like the next highest candidate? So I mean, like it sucks like that.
But they
most likely
like a junior representing a senior class then?
Well, no, they would represent their own class. I mean, like it sucks that like the seniors wouldn't have as much of a say, but I mean, if they want to have more of a say, more of them should run. So like if they bitch about it, I'm just gonna tell them like you had a chance, like you would have won because there's open position. So.
So do seniors not get to vote for like, or do juniors not get to vote for like sophomores?
Correct. You can only vote for your class, but everyone would have a say in the vice presidential and presidential elections and any special referendums like the Constitution. So.
I think we also need to define and limit the president's power, like conduct internal things with the organization to like say the Senate will do this, everybody's going to go to this thing or do that. Like I think we should also be able to decide on that as an organization collectively instead of just having the president be like, do this.
Well, I think the president's power to call an assembly should definitely be protected. He's like, we need to meet like on a Sunday to like decide this, and we have to get it done. Like, I think he should have the power instead of like the Senate being like, oh, I don't really feel like meeting on a Sunday because I mean.
But if it's like an external event that we're not, directly associated with, and the president's saying you must attend this, or you must write an essay telling me what your issues are that you want to deal with. I think we should all be able to say we don't need to do that, and we're not going to do that.
Guys?
What?
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, we just,
We called Joe
earlier we
earlier.
were kind of confused what was going on, and then
Yeah,
he answered.
he like just told me, he called me and like, he's like, hey, can we meet at like 5:40? I'm like, sure. He's like, you're interviewing like 7 people. I'm like, well, okay, like I'm gonna have any questions ready because I'm only in town. But so yeah, like did everybody hear what Michael said?
Yeah.
So like I agree that I don't really like having to write essays for the president. We're kind of caught in a bind because like lots of times senators don't do anything unless they're given a little bit of a carrot or a little bit of a stick. So I don't think it's like too much to request like issue reports. I mean, if it gets excessive, I just like, I don't know how much of that would go into the Constitution and how much of that would go into the bylaws. Because we can change the bylaws at any time, so if we're going to talk about changing bylaws, I'd rather talk about that after the election and really get the Constitution stuff done, because I want that on the ballot, because it's hard enough getting people to vote in a general election. We're not going to get people to vote in a general election and then a week later on a special referendum. So like, this needs to get, I mean, it was only like 30% of the student body voted in last year's general election, like something pretty low like that, so. It's done. We have 10 minutes. Let me see if we Because you said someone was here for 2:20, right? Someone's been over 2:20?
Well, okay, so if we've had 4 so
I
far,
think it's only drop. Somebody will drop on. It's almost
if we've done 4, we were supposed to do a 140, 152, and 210. So I would assume the 220 would be next. Because we were early. I mean, he's got only 10 minutes apart, and they've only been like 5 minutes each.
Okay.
Good.
So he just come from, you know? Yeah. Off day. No.
So who's coming? Like,
Charlie,
Pedro.
Pedro, Emily W, and Mason S. I don't know.
what's happening?
Yes, that was
See,
and then
so
right in
people-
Dr. Mason.
Scheduled. We have Julia Connell at 2:30, and that's the only other one that's kind of first specific time. He told me to expect 7. He said won't be able to make it. Kind of hope and I think that's very disappointing. I don't think she'll be very good at art, but that's okay. So we have 10 minutes.
The only thing the committee did for the Constitution was, we just talked about stipulating, it's not presidential, it's not executive, it's just about stipulating travel funding requests. I'm trying to put it. I don't know if that's in the bylaw or in the Constitution.
It's in the Constitution.
Sorry, I haven't pulled one.
That's fine.
It's not very good.
Do we have somebody from every committee here? 'Cause that would be really great.
Yeah, I'm on special events and travel or something like that.
So that's
And they
travel.
was.
Student life.
Yeah, student life. I'm talking about the constitutional rules for last semester.
I don't know.
Yeah. What's the one?
I was the chair as well.
What can we do? I was chair of the special events thing for the constitutional revision, or whatever the heck.
Oh, yeah.
Classes now?
I was on that committee, but.
Sorry. No, I won't be. Yeah, so I assume that I assume that we're going to redo liaison as it's currently in the Constitution. Sorry, I'm just a PC person. It's not your fault at all. Because doesn't it list right now how the liaison system works as opposed to just being divided up into special committees? So we're gonna like that.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna look at that, just kind of general stuff. So like, I really don't want to do like parliamentary procedure
Yeah, I agree.
in a committee this small, and I really would just be like, the only thing I would like to make motions on is our minutes, so we have like an official record, because so we can share with everybody else. So like, just like I'd like to approve the minutes from last meeting at the beginning of each meeting, and then that's about it.
Like,
So do
and
you
then
want me to
then
send
we
this out whenever, like tonight, to us?
Yeah,
Okay.
and then.
Okay.
And then I guess whenever we vote on stuff, we can vote by, like, I'd like to know, like, who voted which way, so we can talk about, like, if there's a debate about it in the meeting, we can have people
Actually, so know
with
who's.
actual.
Right.
So it would just cut down, so we don't have to, like, summarize our entire committee meeting, which would be like, I was for it, like, Gabby was against it, like, this is what we thought, like, here it is to you guys.
Okay.
So,
Okay. What else did you want to address? The
Um,
Constitution.
I,
It's just-
well, I guess if, I'm gonna try to get the minutes from the other committee chairs meetings, from the Constitutional Review Committee, so that we talk about that next meeting. So I guess we can start talking about, res life, because we can summarize that in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So what I won't budge on, like personally, like as a committee chair, I don't have any more say or any more votes than anyone else, but like what I am like way opposed to is allowing res life to be on the conduct board, like ever, because that's like judge and
Yeah,
like
I agree.
enforcement to me. So like I would never budge on that, and like I'm very hesitant to budge even on ASR and res life, because while we're a kind of a step removed from conduct board, I still feel like we have a say in student life, and then I would be hesitant to have res life voting on that and being the enforcers on that as well. So that's my opinion. I know there are other people with different opinions. So just kind of a quick consensus. Does anybody, like, where does everybody stand? Like, who is for allowing like res life on ASR? Just kind of like raise your hand.
I could be persuaded, I would.
All right.
So that's
like-
equally valuable.
So like 2-ish, 3-ish. I mean, that's fine. Like, we're probably not gonna make any decisions today because we don't have Justin and Michaela like their input, just so we have one more. So it's not 6 out of 8, it's 8 out of 8. So next week we can start voting on stuff. Like, I don't feel, because like the way this is written, it says to minimize conflicts of interest, like no undergraduate student may occupy 2 or more of the following positions concurrently. So it's like res life and like editor-in-chief of the Trinitonian. Like, I don't know if I see the conflict of interest there. I mean, like, maybe that's just because it hasn't been explained to me, and like there's something that I'm missing, but like I don't see it there. So like maybe some of this can be kind of cleaned up. Or like, and it's how it says officers of major organization as explained in the bylaws of ASR. Like, I think we need to change, I think we need to like specifically enumerate which organizations we're talking about in the Constitution. So ASR can't just change it willy-nilly, and so like there's some sort of, you know, because yeah, well, like what does a major organization mean? Does it mean like Big Six? Because if you're not allowed to be an officer in Big Six on res life, we're gonna have to kick a lot of people out of one of those.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, it's just like, and it's not really their fault because it hasn't been clarified.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, I don't even think we have anything in our bylaws about that. So it's just a major organization.
And also, I don't agree with like punishing people that want to be involved and like do well. Like, for certain things, yes, if there is a conflict of interest, I don't think obviously they shouldn't be a part of it. But like you said, like res life and editor of the Trinitonian, like, do they? I don't know. It is a lot of work, and if they can do it, I think it's good. And if they're like nominated for something, or like, you know, they get the job for res life, it's kind of hard to punish them for wanting to be involved and wanting to do these things. And if they're good at it, why not let them?
I mean, like, sorry.
I was just saying that Tuttle said that the easiest way to do that would just be like to mandate an extension from res life members of ASR on certain student life issues.
Okay.
So I think that would.
But like,
Exactly.
which issues?
That's what.
Then
that's
like,
what-
where do we talk about that? Do we talk about that in our bylaws? Because we can change it, whatever. Like, what if everybody on like ASR is in res life, and they can change it to nothing, and then. I mean, like, I'm not like envisioning like this paragraph from res life to ASR. because I mean, it's-
Thank you for mentioning.
But I mean, like,
It happened.
I think that's a little, it's just a little up in the air. I can maybe see like editor-in-chief and like someone on ASR, like editor-in-chief was like someone on res life, but like business manager.
Well,
I maybe prefer one at a time.
One at a time.
Or-
Okay, do you want to go? Yeah, I can go first. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I'm Julia.
Um,
Is it okay to say?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So I guess we'll just start. Basic intro about yourself, name, major, things you're involved in.
Okay.
Anything else you want to say?
I'm a first year. My name is Julia Cottle. I'm a first year. I'm involved in Alpha Phi Omega, the co-ed service fraternity here. I'm a recording secretary and Big Little coordinator, which basically I just take notes at all the meetings and then post it so everyone knows what's going on. And then I'm in charge of coordinating who gets picked with what the new actives get put with the new bigs and littles. I work at Residential Life. I'm an office secretary. I don't work too much. It's probably about 6 or 7 hours a week, but it fits in during the day. And I'm part of Cat Alliance, and that's like just feed the cats like once a week. And that's pretty much it.
So, what do you think Honor Council's role on campus is?
Reading the bylaws and all that important stuff, I thought that it was to uphold the integrity of the campus and definitely make sure that students know what is right and what is wrong and how they need to go about, making sure they don't plagiarize, basically, and I think that's very important for our campus.
So why have you made the decision to apply for Honor Council? Why are you going to be on?
Well, I got the email and I looked at it and I looked at what y'all stood for and your mission statement and everything, and I really liked that. I thought that it was really important to have that kind of council on our campus, because I know that when applying for jobs or something after college, if we have the integrity of the campus that does follow something like that, then that looks very well on us. And also I take that very seriously. I know I worked really hard to get here, and in high school, and I didn't cheat to get here, so I want to make sure that no one else did as well.
How do you see yourself as an asset if you're chosen to be part of the Trinity University Honor Council?
Asset. I do want to help out as far as the panel and making sure that I give my fair and just opinion. I'm definitely not going to be biased in any way, and I know that I want to kind of uphold all the honor we stand for, and I think that that's definitely something I can bring, is just being fair to everybody, because I'm definitely one that's going to see both sides of the story and try and make sure that we're not hurting someone that just made an honest mistake sometimes.
Julia, I'm Michael. Are there any experiences in your past that you think have prepared you for your role on Honor Council?
I know that in high school, I was a part of a program that took their honor council very seriously. I didn't actively participate on the council, but we definitely were prepared and shown the kind of behavior we were supposed to uphold. Being a part of this program, it was an internationally based program, so we were held to a higher standard than the rest of my high school, so I definitely know the seriousness of the honor, or the honor pledge, I guess you want to call it. Do you have questions for us? I did have a question.